Mississippi, live from Sally Kate Winters Family Services in West Point, Mississippi. Gorgeous spring day up here. And joining us now on the set, Natalie White, Sally Kate Winters Family Services, Runaway and Homeless Youth Programs. Natalie, thanks for joining us and thanks for having us.
Thank you so much for being here today.
All right, tell us exactly what your role is here at Sally Kate Winters Family Services.
Well, my role is actually I am the clinical coordinator for the Runaway and Homeless Youth Programs that we have here. And there are two programs that we actually have. The Transitional Living Program, which services youth ages 16 to 21, and also our Runaway and Homeless Youth Program, which serves youth ages 12 to 17.
Okay, so what exactly, how would one be categorized as runaway? What constitutes that?
Okay. What we have here is 4 criteria that we try to put youth in as far as that status. They can be at risk, runaway, couch surfing,
Yep.
or street youth, and homeless youth. Those are the 4 categories.
Okay, and they come in. Are you amongst the first to actually see the child when they come into the program?
Well, it kind of depends. It kind of depends because of we have a referral program. Well, referral for both programs.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Where sometimes youth come in the middle of the night, and sometimes they are school counselors or parents or anyone in the community may do an actual referral source. So what happens is sometimes I may talk to them. Sometimes individuals that work within those programs may talk to them to do the paperwork to be able to get those youth in either of those 2 programs.
Is this a situation, because you said something there that don't think about come into the middle of the night. Is this a situation where you may be on call 7/24?
Yes. So we actually rotate on calls between 4 staff, myself and 3 other staff.
Yeah.
So we rotate on calls 7 days a week. Yes.
Yeah, because it's not a situation that can wait.
Right. Exactly. And one of the things is, especially with our Runaway and Homeless Youth Program, we try to make sure that the youth understands it is a 24-hour program.
Yeah.
And so when individuals do call, a lot of times we may have to do what I call, with the referral process I said earlier. We do interviewing, but sometimes we have to quickly provide those services.
Yeah.
So sometimes that situation looks a little bit different. Of course, in the ideal world, you want to be able to have a sit-down conversation to kind of see what's really going on and get the full scope. A lot of times we don't get the full scope until we provide those basic needs, and then the next probably 24, 48 hours, we're getting more of the story of what's going on with that particular youth.
So the runaway and homeless youth that would come into your care, are they typically from Mississippi? Are they running away, or they're homeless in Mississippi residents, or they've run away from homes outside the state?
Great question. It is actually in Mississippi. We have service outside of the state, but over 50% of our youth are actually from the state of Mississippi. When
you first talk to them, what's the typical, if there is such a thing, it's typical reason why they're running away?
Some of the issues could be, of course, parental conflicts within the home. There is individuals that come in that may have issues with food, clothing, shelter. And so those are some of the issues that they kind of face. But we kind of hear for the teens more conflict with parents.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And so do you get involved and try to resolve those conflicts?
Yes. Again, depending on the situation.
Yeah,
if it's very severe, we're trying to work with the youth first. And then also our biggest goal, especially with our Runaway Homeless Youth Program, is to reunify.
Yeah.
And that is something that we do provide on site counseling for families, and to really put services in the home for them. When the child returns back to the home, because that is something that we really see a lot of, the conflict and the issues. And a lot of times, and I really love that program because we see so much success with that program where the youth are able to go back into the home.
Yeah.
And before they go back, we actually are putting services in place. So therefore, when the child returns back, things are already
I got you. Are you required to make contact with the parents or the guardians?
Yes.
In this case?
Yes, we are required when they are minors.
Okay.
We are required. So
Yeah.
anyone that's younger than the age of 18, we are required to contact the families.
Yeah. Do you have to let the children know that as well?
Yes, we do. We do. For instance, when we do let the children know that sometimes they're afraid or don't quite understand, but we have a way of communicating with the youth to let them know this is a safe place. This is why we have to contact your parents, but you are more than we're more than able to stay here and provide those services for your parents as well.
Gotcha.
So we get a lot more buy-in for the youth and the families.
I understand. Natalie, thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate that. Natalie White with Sally Kate Winters Family Services, Runaway and Homeless Youth Programs. We'll take a break right here. It is top of the hour, so that means SuperTalk News and Fox News.